When Camilla became queen, people were not happy about it. This was because she had a long and messy history with the royal family, which made her the center of lots of angry criticism. Just recently, rumors started going around that Queen Camilla had been acting weird, and then something shocking happened that rocked the royal family when several missing royal items from the royal vault were found in Camilla's private house in Wiltshire. This discovery shocked people all over the world, leaving many asking, what exactly was found inside Queen Camilla's house in Wiltshire? Stay with us to find out. Shocking discoveries inside Queen Camilla's house. When Queen Camilla bought the Raymill house in 1996, many people thought it would stay her private, safe place since she had moved into the house after her divorce from Andrew Parker Bowles. This house located in Wiltshire has long been known as the place Camilla goes to whenever she wants to get away from the stress of royal life. The Raymill house held many special memories for Camilla since it was the place she celebrated her daughter Laura Lopes's wedding in 2006, and also the place that was used as the background for her recent 78th birthday photo. For many years, this house was seen as Camilla's safe haven. But then something unexpected happened. Just recently, during Camilla's private charity event held at the house to support children's education, a new servant working in the house found a royal item on the floor in one of the rooms. Not thinking much about it, she picked it up and carefully put it on the dresser so the housekeeper would notice it later. What she didn't know was that the object she had touched was no ordinary decoration. It was a missing royal item that once belonged to Queen Elizabeth II herself. Shortly after, Queen Camilla came into the room with Princess Anne for a private talk. While both ladies were known to keep their distance from each other, no one knows why they were meeting. But what happened next was Princess Anne's loud voice accusing Camilla of stealing and demanding to know why her mother's royal family treasure was inside the Raymill house. Camilla tried to calm her down, thinking about the staff and guests in the house. But Anne kept shouting for everyone to hear and called Camilla a thief. Suddenly, a security guard came into the room, and Princess Anne warned Camilla strongly never to touch anything that had belonged to her late mother, and then she told Camilla that even if she wore the crown, she would never be seen as a real queen. Anne walked out of the room just as Prince William walked in. William had been called by a guard who had heard the heated argument happening upstairs. Social media sometimes has lots of rumors and false information, so we have to be a little bit careful who we... Camilla and Prince William barely said anything to each other, and it was reported that William left the room in less than 30 seconds. The events of the day were not canceled since everything still went ahead as planned, but it was clear that there was a change in the look on King Charles's face once he heard the news. Yet, trust the royal family to keep the secrets of the crown inside their walls. No one said a word until the very end of the event. A family meeting was later held behind closed doors inside the house, and Anne's voice could still be heard shouting at Camilla, even after King Charles asked everyone to stay calm. No one outside the room knew exactly what happened next, but it was reported that a quiet search of Camilla's Raymill house was done to see if more royal items were hidden in the property. However, nothing else was found. Still, many people believed Camilla had hidden the items somewhere else after the recovery of the brooch. The discovery only made the fight between Queen Camilla and the rest of the royal family worse, with Princess Anne taking it most personally since she had never liked Camilla. Their dislike of each other was not sudden, but built over years of tension and complicated history. More than once they fought face to face, with Charles often caught between them, trying to cool tempers and bring back peace. Their disagreements could be traced back to a man called Andrew Parker Bowles. In the early 1970s, Anne and Andrew were dating. They were lovers for a time, though marriage was never possible because Andrew was Catholic. And at that time, the royal family had strict religious rules against such marriages. It was considered an impossible match. Andrew eventually moved on and began a serious relationship with Camilla, whom he married in 1973. Yet this did not stop Andrew and Anne from staying close. It was even said that they kept seeing each other and were romantically involved while he was still married to Camilla. Even worse, when King Charles married Camilla as his wife, Anne's anger grew deeper. This made their relationship even worse and made it even harder for them to get along. But when Queen Elizabeth II finally died, it led to an unexpected change in the power of the British monarchy. Charles became the new king of the United Kingdom, and his wife Camilla was officially crowned Queen Consort. The British Queen has given her blessing for Prince Charles' wife Camilla to be called Queen Consort, not Princess Consort, which many, including Anne, had expected. This was a big win for Camilla, who had always wanted to be important in the monarchy. But there was nothing Princess Anne could do but respect the crown and obey her late mother's 75th birthday wish that when she died, Camilla be crowned as Queen Consort alongside King Charles. But what happened next after the coronation left Anne in shock during the coronation dinner, to everyone's surprise. King Charles announced that Camilla was not to be called Queen Consort, but simply Queen. This new title change was shocking to everyone there, and it changed the atmosphere of the happy coronation celebration to a bitter moment. Camilla smiled as everyone congratulated her. This was a dream come true for Camilla, but Anne broke the moment by speaking against the title change. This was not what her mother had wished for. Her mother had wished that Camilla be called Queen Consort only. Anne expressed her complaints and anger, saying they were going against the Queen's wishes. Those around agreed with Anne's feelings about Camilla's new title, and whispers began to spread. To make it even worse, Princess Anne said that Camilla would never be seen as the true queen. No matter the title change or her being beside King Charles, Camilla was never going to be seen by Anne as a true queen. As much as these words were bitter and harsh, they were true. As the discovery in Camilla's house further showed that Camilla wasn't a true queen, because a true queen would never steal items from the royal vault for herself. However, this wasn't the first time Camilla had been seen with other people's things. Stick with us as we show you more unexpected moments. Camilla has been seen holding on to things that were never hers. Queen Camilla before the crown. Before Camilla became queen, she had always loved to take what belonged to others, not just in terms of items, but also in relationships. One of the most memorable things Camilla took and claimed as her own was Princess Diana's husband, King Charles. Let's take a look at how she did this. Camilla Shand was born on July 17, 1947 in London. She grew up in Sussex with her parents, Bruce and Rosalind Shand, and her two younger siblings. Her parents were both successful and wealthy, with her father serving as Vice Lord Lieutenant of East Sussex. While in middle school, she often told her classmates how she was connected to the British royal family since her great-grandmother, Alice Keppel, served as King Edward VII's mistress. After finishing high school, Camilla went to study French in Paris and returned to London as a debutante in 1965. This was when she first met Andrew Parker Bowles, who was a cavalry officer. They liked each other and began dating. But their relationship was filled with ups and downs, as they often dated and broke up. This was happening when she met Prince Charles for the first time in 1970 at a polo match. They instantly became friends, enjoying each other's company, and eventually became lovers. But their relationship was short-lived since Charles had to leave London for the Navy. He spent 2 years away from Camilla, focusing on his naval career. But he and Camilla continued exchanging love letters. During this time, however, Andrew Parker Bowles returned to London. Unlike before, he was now determined to make their relationship work. With his steady presence back in her life, Camilla grew close to him again. And soon Andrew proposed marriage. She accepted, and the two were married in July 1973. When Charles heard about Camilla's marriage, he was shocked since they were still romantically linked. However, this did not end their friendship. In fact, Charles was even asked to be godfather to Camilla's first son, Tom Parker Bowles, which showed how close they remained. Still, Camilla's marriage began to show problems when she discovered that Andrew was cheating on her. She told Charles about it, turning to her old lover as a shoulder to lean on while she dealt with the pain in her marriage. Charles became her comfort during this difficult time. And it was said that they became romantically involved again, since Charles still had deep feelings for her. It was during this same time that Charles met Lady Diana Spencer, the young woman who would become his wife. Their first meeting wasn't romantic, since he had come to see Diana's sister, who was his lover at that time. However, over time, he and Diana began talking more, especially after he lost his favorite great-uncle, Lord Louis Mountbatten, who was killed by the IRA in 1979. Diana offered him comforting words, and Charles liked her innocence and kindness. It was in those quiet moments